Hey, what's up guys? So I was recently asked to make a video of me using the Toreador in Freemode and show some proper clips of me PvPing instead of only compilations and solo kills. So I've gathered some footage and now turned it into a video. It's however my first Freemode video, but I hope you'll enjoy it anyways. But without further ado, let's get into it. So it all started with me wanting to get rid of the cops by blowing myself up. I then spotted an oppressor Mark II heading my way and I immediately became alert. I pulled up my weapons and I prepared for an attack, but the Mark II user decided to park his trusted steed on top of the building to get an easy snipe off of me.
Yeah, boy.
I guess that didn't go as he had planned. I then entered my Toreador and I made my jump. I launched onto the side of the building to regain boost, which I used to maneuver my car on top of him, and I took my shot. I then went after him again, launching myself upwards, and I shot a sparrow before I could even enter it. Seeing he was hiding underneath the highway, I tried to sneak a shot underneath, but without success. I then spotted him off top of the highway, and somehow I managed to pull off this shot. I boosted off the edge, shooting the oncoming truck, which then drove into him and exploded, giving me the kill. He was then killed by a random sparrow, which I decided to shoot down as well. I then went back to my main guy and made an easy launch to gain height and shot him. I went after him again and tried for a long shot, which I barely managed to hit. I launched myself at him again, and this time while being able to actually see him running on the ground, I easily got the kill. I went for a couple of shots while he was hiding underneath the hospital, but without luck. So I got impatient and went for some shots off the ground. He then died to the cops, and I again missed my next couple of shots. I then went to one of my favorite spots to launch, and flew above the Rockford Plaza Mall to then shoot the guy. He then unfortunately spawned in between these annoying buildings where I just could not get him. So after a couple of tries, I decided to go repair my car at LS Customs. When I got out, he was waiting for me, but with a quick launch I managed to hit absolutely nothing. But as I landed, I managed to hit him anyways. He then respawned and hit underneath a couple of buildings, but I still went for it. Unfortunately I missed, and I landed right next to him, and he managed to shoot me. I then shot him back a couple times with a sniper, and I decided to leave him at 10-1. I then came across a Mark II user in the Canals, and I decided to go for him. We immediately shot at each other, but of course the Toreador's missiles came out on top. I was then shot at by a random sparrow, but he decided to fly away before things got too messy. I then jumped the same guy who had respawned in the Canals, and when they respawned again, I went for a launch and managed to hit him. He then decided to hide underneath the hospital, and I went for a couple shots, but I didn't notice that he had gone out of hiding from a last shot, so he almost managed to get me. After barely escaping, he just left. Now I needed a new target, and I saw a yellow guy who killed someone, and I remembered that was the same guy in the helicopter shooting at me earlier, so I immediately went for him. He was still flying around in his sparrow, so I launched myself up into the air and I shot him down.
Oh no!
He then called for his trusty steed, and it unfortunately did not go as he had planned. I then went for an easy launch, and while I was in the air, he entered his Deluxo, which I simply just locked onto and shot down. I then jumped back into the Canals, went for another launch, and shot him again. I saw he had spawned far back this time, but I still wanted to see if I could hit him, and I went for a couple shots. Unfortunately I missed. I then went for a couple of shots off the ground, followed up by another launch, but to no avail. I then saw that he was getting close to me, so I tried to back my car into him. He then shot a rocket at me, and I ended up shooting at both of us. Unfortunately, the kill didn't count for some reason, and he just blew up and died. I then stabbed him, and got back into my Toreador. Unfortunately for me, he got onto his suppressor while my car was pointing in all the wrong directions, being trapped around cars, and I panicked a little. I went straight for the Canals, hit a curb, had to boost myself forwards, then landed with my car pointing its nose downwards. I quickly launched myself forwards again, in the meanwhile getting blasted with rockets, then upwards, and then I prayed that my missile would lock onto the suppressor. And luckily, it did. I took the shot, and we ended up killing each other. I then quickly picked up my car again, and I saw that he had paused. So I decided to take my time, line up my shot, and then just shoot him. He respawned, and I followed up by launching myself and sending a couple missiles his way. Now somehow none of them actually connected, so I just ran him over instead. I then drove towards him again, but ended up making a bad launch. Luckily for me, I still managed to hit him. I then went for him again, but he escaped in a scramjet. I tracked him down to the city, and inevitably shot him down. I requested a new Toreador, and he requested suppressor Mark II, which I of course put down.
Oh no!
I then launched my Toreador into the sky towards him, trying to snipe him, but unfortunately landed in the worst place possible, and I got stuck. I jumped out of my car to take a quick snipe at him, but that did not go as well. I then requested a new Toreador, and I just ran him over again. I then went for a shot off the ground, and I managed to hit him this time. I launched towards him again, but missed. And again, and this time I hit him. I then launched again, but was suddenly shot by one of his friends who was flying in the sparrow. So I called back my Toreador and easily shot him down. It then turned into a sniper battle with a quick Mark II kill, and this went on for ages. But then we crushed the tank, but I blew it up with a couple of rockets. From here on, I continued to snipe them, and one of them ended up going into passive mode. I was then suddenly blown up by a sparrow, and again, but I got him this third time. He then sniped me, but I got him back, and then a final time, just to be on top. And then I left. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be making more Toreador videos as well as some tips and tricks and guides in the near future. If you have other video suggestions, then let me know by leaving a comment down below. Like and subscribe if you feel like it, would help out the channel a lot and I would greatly appreciate it. But for now, this is all I have for you. Bye.